I disappeared for 12 months. I put my head down and accomplished something that's not only going to change my life, but hopefully change your life too. My name is Duanbiyan. Yes, my name rhymes. You can definitely thank my parents for that one. I'm working on a more detailed explanation video on YouTube, so definitely stay tuned for that one. First off, when I was young, I started off being overall just a chubby kid. I was always chubby. I wasn't really the sporty or athletic kid. Then eventually, come all the way in year 7, I wanted to go get girls. I wanted to get a six-pack. I wanted to lose some weight because I was getting a bit too fat, like my grandfather used to tell me. He sat me down one time and told me. Ever since year 7, when I stepped foot into the gym, our high school had a weights room, and I've been lifting weights ever since. And it wasn't till year 10, so roughly around 2016, I actually was quite consistent, went to a proper gym outside the school because the school gym wasn't always open every single day. From there, that's when I started training consistently. Throughout my whole training journey, I've just fluctuated in weight. I've been always so consumed about wanting to lose weight and never successfully got lean and had it be sustainable. I always managed to just crash diet, get lean, and then eventually the weight would just come back on time and time again. Then I went through phases where I got really lean. I was small, but then when I bulked, I dirty bulked, put on all this weight, and I was just constantly fluctuating, just like this. I'd go down, I'd lose all the weight, then something would happen, and then it was always very frustrating for myself, and I never really actually got lean and stayed lean and made progress that way. Because I always struggled with my food, binge eating, then getting right back on it. Throughout this whole time, I never gave up, and I never gave up hope in wanting to achieve that, because that is something that has always stuck with me. Through that, I may have made some progress, very minor progress that I wasn't able to see because at a high body fat percentage, you won't be able to see the progress being made. You keep pushing one way and eventually life is just like a band. You keep pushing and it'll chuck you back the other way. Before you know it, stuffed my face in, cleared my mind and was like, all right, cool, I'm getting back on it. That's always what has happened, because part of it was the fact that I was impatient too. You know, I wasn't patient to do the long game or do a smaller calorie deficit. What did stick and what was consistent with myself was the fact that I always was one that when I went to the gym, bodybuilder mindset when you're young, I just wanted to smash my muscles. Always training to failure, every single set, pushing, wanting to train every single day or at least close to, not really giving myself a rest, waking up early, going to bed late, trying to survive with 5 hours sleep because in that grind set mode, because it's like, oh, I want to be productive and all that sort of stuff. So that's all me, like growing up, you know? Then after high school, I pretty much graduated year 12, you know, didn't really focus, put my head down at school. So then I was looking around for courses. There was RMIT, Advanced Diploma of Legal Practice. So I thought, all right, I'll do that for 2 years since my mum, she deals with wills and estates. She's got a law firm with her and a business partner. I thought I could help her out while I figure out what the hell I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do acting at one point growing up. It turns out that wasn't the case. And a bit on that later, but for the 2 years of lockdown, I want to quickly touch base on the fact that it was my darkest time. In this room, before I even like changed it all around, it looked a bit different. There was a drawer, and in this little bedside table, I don't know if you could see it, but it was just filled with snacks. I didn't have a healthy mindset back then. Well, I let the lockdowns get the best of me. I really fell into a deep depression, lost my sense of purpose, my sense of self, what the hell I wanted to do. Yeah, put on a bunch of weight. For someone who's 174 centimeters, I never saw triple digits on the scale, thank God, but I weighed in at 94 kilos, and that's me not even training and like dirty bulking. That's just me not training and just eating, and eventually got to 94 kilos, which was majority fat. During COVID, it was like 2 years. The first half, towards the end of 2021, being pushed by my parents, not give in to this whole lockdown mindset and keep pushing forward. It was hard, it was tough. They first started off finding some things around the backyard, so we had some tires. This pole, trestle table, had tires, and I utilized that for like a day, because when that first happened, I was a bit ignorant and was like, no, I really wanted the way I wanted to train it. But I appreciate my parents for trying to push me and help me get back to a healthy state of mind. So after that, I convinced them to let me get a rack, adjustable dumbbell set, and some weights and a barbell. And that did me for quite some time until the gyms did open back up, and then I smashed it even harder. And in the second half of COVID, things closed down again, but I kept training this time. I fell back into the mindset. The diet wasn't on point, but I was still training. So I was like maybe dirty bulking again, telling myself that. Then luckily enough, we finished COVID. I was at my lowest and I was at my heaviest during that point, and I know what it felt like. And trust me, I do not want to ever experience that again. If something ever seriously similar happens to that again, I am definitely not falling back into that mindset. I'm learning from my mistakes, and I want to help you all do the same. But more on that a little bit later as well. Coming out of COVID, I finished my Advanced Diploma of Legal Practice. I met someone I went to primary school with. We didn't click as kids, but his name was Eric. We had a bunch of stuff in common. I wanted to pursue acting at the time, and we both clicked. And that's when we launched the YouTube channel, trying to have a bit of fun, trying to see where this leads. We had no idea what we were doing, but we posted a bunch of videos, and eventually one went viral. It was a Puss in Boots video. I thought I'd do movie reviews for all things because it was trending at the time. We did that for about a year and a bit. And so the Puss in Boots video went viral. Then we created a couple other YouTube videos to try and maximize on that. Financially, it just didn't really work out at the time. And so that's where I had to go back a bit to the drawing board. We still kept in touch. There was no bad blood. He had to pursue what he had to do. I had to figure out what I wanted to do at that time. And so after doing that and going out on my own, I was having this epiphany of like, well, I don't want to do acting, because as I was trying to practice those skills and get better at it, I didn't really enjoy the process of memorizing lines. I was terrible at it. My memory was shocking. I also came to the realization that I wanted the feeling to have more control over my life. And I felt like posting content and fitness content because I was interested in fitness, and I've been doing it for so long. I've been consumed by the whole fitness industry. And then that's when I realized that I didn't want to do acting, but I wanted to post and create content. And somewhere along the lines, I think I decided to launch a bit of a gaming channel. That sort of happened for a bit. I underestimated how much time and effort you have to put in, especially if you want to do well. Trying to juggle 2 YouTube channels was just too much. Then from there, I realized that I didn't want to do acting. Instead, I really wanted to do fitness. I was working with my mum at the time, right? Just doing some basic reception duties, call taking, all that sort of stuff. And that's when I realized I saw her helping clients, because she deals with wills and estates. So she deals with people during their darkest times, during their saddest times, when they've lost a loved one, when they've been told that they only have X amount of months to live. So it's quite full on what she does. And she's been a huge inspiration. I owe literally my whole life to her, because she's been a huge inspiration providing for my family, myself. Everything that I have is all thanks to her. Obviously, I want to make her proud. But apart from that, mum always said, you're always at the gym, why don't you do that as like a career or something? So I was like, well, there is personal training. Combined with my many years of experience of training, nutrition, dieting, all that sort of stuff, I can help you guys. I can help change many people's lives, and I hope so too, because I know what it's like when you're at your lowest, when you're a bit chubby, when you're fat. Like I completely understand. I've been there. I've been fighting for that for many years. Only recently I've found little habits, tips and tricks that I'll definitely share with you guys that has really seriously helped me, and I want to hopefully do the same. So the last 12 months, I put my head down, I disappeared, and I got qualified. I'm a qualified personal trainer. That took me 12 months to do. I realized I might not be able to help people with their wills, but I'll be able to help transform their lives for the better. That's what led to me getting qualified. So I went on a holiday midway to the Philippines, which was great and amazing. It was a great lifetime experience. More of that in the YouTube video, more of a detailed explanation. But that's what happened for the last 12 months. I'll update you guys in terms of in-person training, where I'm sort of personal training at. There's still a few things happening behind the scenes. But on top of that, I'm also in the midst of setting up my online coaching business, which I think will be amazing, and it'll also help you guys out. But I'm in the midst of setting things up at the moment. I want to provide you guys the best service I can, making sure everything's set up, making sure everything's all right, working on building that and putting that all together. So I'll definitely update you guys when that's all ready to go. But the last thing I didn't even get to mention, I'm filming this in my room, and over there you can't really see, but I've got a wardrobe filled with Gymshark, which I'll definitely create a video just trying on all my different Gymshark outfits. Ever since I started training, my mate, he introduced me to Gymshark. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember their Onyx line made you feel like a superhero. They discontinued that. Actually managed to score like a couple long sleeve ones. Oh, actually I think a couple short sleeve ones too, which are like so good. But I've been a huge Gymshark fan, and I've always been a Gymshark fan. I love the way they just make some of their more tighter fitted clothes, and just what they represent, everything, it just makes you feel really... I've always loved their clothes, and I've always just been addicted to getting all their clothes and finding the lines that I like the most. And a lot of them tend to be the more tighter fitting clothes, and the way they fit, especially on the arm area. I like how they just hug you and they just make you look big. So that pretty much leads me into the fact that that's where we are today. Currently, I'm really trying to get lean. I know this top actually makes my chest look all right, and genetically, my chest, I've always been gifted in the chest area, I'd say. But here's where my fat is left, and it kind of looks flat. Look, I'm a little bit insecure, all right? If I take my top off, there's still flabs, and I want to get abs. So I'm still in the midst of wanting to get lean and just trying to see how shredded I can actually get this time, but actually making it sustainable. And the more lean I can get gives me the more leeway to actually properly lean bulk properly and actually get strong. I haven't hit 100 kilo bench yet, which is like, it's embarrassing, but what are you gonna do? My goal is to focus on the fat loss first and then work on bulking. But I got an email basically from Gymshark saying that they're looking for another bloody athlete, which obviously sparked my interest. Like, who doesn't, right? Everyone wants to be a Gymshark athlete. It introduced me to the Gymshark 66 days. It takes 66 days to build a habit. In 66 days, you can really transform your life by doing daily habits. But pretty much, long story short, I'm going to be competing in Gymshark 66 starting January 1st. I'm going to be vlogging every day, documenting my 66-day journey, trying to work hard as much as I can for the whole 66 days. That's my life story. Apart from that, definitely check a follow if you've watched till the end. Appreciate you. Till next time.